Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 5 of Back to Basics, Defensives and You. As they say, the best offense is a good defense, and I'm here to tell you how defensives can help you in doing more damage to the boss. Enjoy. Hello everybody, let's get straight into it. The first thing I want to talk about is how some defensives can entirely help you bypass mechanics and should be definitely used. There's a wide variety of defenses in the game. Every single class has an ability that can help circumvent some sort of ability that some boss casts at some time. And the ability to look through your defensives and utilize your toolkit in a way to bypass these mechanics is extremely important. I think one of the biggest ones is Death Knights and their ability to use AMS. Now, during the Iron Council fight, the first little guy, when he does the overload, it does a big AoE stun if you're within range, and most people decide to move out. Now, Death Knights can use Anti-Magic Shell as a defensive here to soak the overload and get through the stun, and that's uptime on the boss. And there's a lot of little examples of this throughout the entire raid for multiple classes. Now, you have things like Ice Block, where you can Ice Block stuns. You have Cloak of Shadows, where you can bypass abilities similar to Overload. I don't know if it works like that for Overload, but I can infer that it could be. And that's where your mindset has to be when it comes to defenses, is infer, try, and see if it works, and then move on from that. And even if you're not inferring, you should always be thinking about your own personal survival, because your personal survival will lead to more damage. We learned in the last video, Raid DPS and You, how important it is for each member to stay alive and how important kill times are. Now, you can see on some fights, such as Algalon, how defensives make an impact on the kill itself. And then once you're killing the boss and farming the boss, you can branch out to being greedier and not using defensives if you have healers that can keep you up. But when you're still progging fights like Algalon, something very important, if you go through your raid's defensives, each class, and go through it. For example, if I go to Barkskin, are the druids using Barkskin? This is a free 1-minute cooldown that you could use in any form that reduces the damage you take by 20%. Are the DKs using Icebound Fortitude? This is a very big ability, and it only has a 2-minute cooldown, so you might as well pop it when big damage is coming. There's AMS as well. You can look through Ice Blocks, and the mage is using Ice Block. I don't know, I don't see Ice Block here. But you see my point, is that you can mitigate a lot of damage taken through healing, Shadow Wards, Fell Armors. We have all these abilities at our disposal. Feint for rogues is massive, and all of this healing that could have been done to the tanks is being put onto the raid. And Judgment of Light covers a lot of that in Wrath of the Lich King, but we won't have something that passive forever. But if you're struggling on fights like Algalon, then you have to look at your raid's casts and look through the defensives and figure out what can we do better here. There's also a free heal that everybody gets on its own cooldown, the Master Health Stone, and people should be using this. I'd say in all the raids, even myself, I have an issue with this. Using Health Stone is free. It is there. It costs a soul shard. It is a 2-minute cooldown, and it will save your life. It is like a reaction. Just smack it, heal, and keep going. It is very important to get in tune with that. But there are a variety of DPS abilities that, when applied for certain fights, will increase your personal damage. And if you're struggling on a boss, using those defensives will put healing that's supposed to be on the tank instead of on the raid. Having healers distracted is bad. You want the healers on their objective. So for you guys out there, I want you to go through all the fights and pick something. Pick an ability. Say you want to go to, I don't know, Thorum, and you're standing in a lightning charge, and you're like, okay, I can move for my damage, or it's the beginning of Thorum, and I know the lightning charge doesn't do too much damage, and I can throw out a death coil instead, which will mitigate the majority of the damage I'm about to take from this lightning charge, and I can keep up uptime on the boss. Those are the type of thought processes you have to go through. You can also go through logs of successful high parsers and figure out what they're doing as well. But a lot of the time, their healers understand that they're going to be going for parses and they're going to be greeting it anyway. But you need to figure out what works best for you. And defensives are a very powerful tool that are very, very underutilized by the community as a whole, as people focus in on their role, either healing or doing damage, and aren't utilizing those defensives at all over an entire raid. And I bet if you go into encounters and fights, go to casts and sort by the name of any defensive for any of these classes, they will be lacking. Also, please remember to use health stones. But that's about it for defensives. Very underutilized, powerful when used right, and need to be brought to light in the community. Please use your defensives. They will save your life. Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of episode 5, Defensives and You. I don't think this should be a long episode. There's a lot of dumb deaths that I see in raids, GDKPs, and my main raid that could be prevented with a well-timed defensive. So I hope you guys start thinking about those buttons more. And that ties into episode 6, keybinds and screen economy, which will be coming to you guys next week. If you want to check that out, make sure you hit that like, comment if you found something that I said profound, and subscribe. The support recently has made me want to keep continuing to make these, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So hope to catch you in the next one. Hope you learned something. Peace.